Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, doing live free picks for today's action. Before we get started, just a reminder of a few things about our promo code. You can save 20% off all pre-pick packages when you use the promo code TONYT. You can access our page by clicking the link in the description. Click on the All Cappers tab, and of course, getting signed up. We'd also love to hear from you. So post your picks in the comments below. All right, let's take a look at who's on with us this afternoon. With us is Ramon Scott and Collins Brown. All right, let's get game day picks underway. Let's welcome Collins Brown to the show. You find him over at Tony'sPicks.com. Hope you can check out his video series over on the site. He's been posting video shorts up there from Major League Baseball. So let's bring in Collins in right now. Ready to roll with Collins. Collins, what's happening?
Man, same stuff, different day. Had a full MLB slate, so obviously didn't get much sleep last night. Just trying to operate, kind of get back into the swing of things, and getting a full slate today.
That's right. Nice full slate of games today. Pretty exciting ones from last night. That Yankee game was something. But the Phillies got their bats going. But tonight, it's a different story here. We'll see how it rolls here. Padres here facing the Phillies. The Phillies here. Do I have this right? The Phillies favored here at -130. Let me just check my numbers to make sure I didn't cross-post that, because I see Aaron Nola on the mound, and I do see the Phillies favored. Yes, Phillies favored -130. Total sits at 7.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, Tony, the Phillies bats got pretty acclimated to San Diego last night. I was on the opposite side of that one. I had Musgrove in that game. Obviously, he got touched up a little bit, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. So we've got Aaron Nolan going up against Mackenzie Gore, the rookie. Nolan, his last 7 games, has absolutely dealt with a 3-0 record and a 2.54 ERA, but that whip is something special with a .77 whip. In Nola way, he's kind of struggled, but that ERA looks really good. He's 2-3 on the road. Like I said, that ERA is good with a 2.25 and the whip at a .94. So whip's really good for Nola here in this situation. The ERA looks good. The record's kind of questionable. Nola hasn't had a start against the Padres this year, so that's one tick up for the Phillies here. It's going to be a pretty good advantage, as the Phillies have faced Gore once this year. He went 3 innings pitched, didn't allow an earned run with a 1.21 whip. Gore at home, he's kind of struggled a little bit, 1-2 with a 4.01 ERA and a 1.30 whip. In his last 7 games, it seems like the offenses are kind of starting to fill him out a little bit, with a 2-3 record and a 4.86 ERA and a 1.41 whip. The Phillies, like I mentioned, Gore pitched decently well against the Phillies. 3 innings pitched, no earned runs. Small sample size, but the average there for the Phillies in that game was 250 with a 500 OPS. The Phillies the last 15 days haven't looked very good offensively. Away, they're one of the better hitting teams away and against left-handers. The Padres the last 15 days have looked really good offensively. At home, not very good, and against righties, not very good. So these teams have played 4 games this season. 3 of those have gone to the under. The Padres are 12-21-1 to the over at home. We've got some pretty interesting line movement here. 86% of the tickets and 43% of the money to the over, yet we've seen it drop from a 7.5 to a 7. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on that under of 7. Got some pretty good sharp money coming in on that under.
All right, we had Collins here. Phillies, Padres, under total of 7 runs. Yeah, Gore's put up some pretty good numbers for a young guy, getting some strikeouts, ground balls over 40%. He's got to like to see him cut down that walk rate a little bit. Of course, going back with Nola, as you mentioned, has logs 14 starts. Pretty, the whip is there. Strikeouts are pretty good. Controls there. Ground balls as well. I think what you're counting on here is Nola going deep in this game, because you always have to worry about the Phillies bullpen.
Oh, 100%. But Nola's got to go 7 to 8 innings in this game, and he can definitely do it. As I mentioned, the Padres at home and against righties is right at, I think they're 18th or 17th, right around that number. So a little less than league average as far as average and OPS is concerned. But I really do honestly think that Gore can go deep into this one as well. It might sound a little crazy, but the Phillies have struggled, and they showed good signs against Musgrove last night. Congratulations. Show it to me you can do it again. That's basically how I'm feeling on this one.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Also note, in the expected lineup, we don't see Machado still, so dealing with that sprained ankle, so their big hitter may not be, looks like he may not be again in the lineup. He's missed some time so far.
Right, and that It hurts him a little bit defensively as well. I mean, the dude's got an absolute cannon for an arm and a really good glove, so it hurts him on both sides of the ball. But Gore, he's kind of showed the ability to strike some people out. The walks are what's hurting that whip. The whip sits at a 1.4 in the last 7 games, so the walks are kind of hurting him there. But as I said, I'm going to need the Phillies to show me a little something. They've struggled the last 2 weeks here hitting the baseball. Against Musgrove, they did a good job. But as Dylan mentioned yesterday, Musgrove was coming off of a little rehab stint there. So it's kind of like that second rehab start that we saw Lynn have. So I'm going to go ahead and back the under here. As I mentioned, we've had some pretty interesting line movement. It sat at a juiced up under, and it took a 7.5 early this morning, but it didn't hold at all. It went straight back down to 7. It only took like a minute for it to go back.
Yeah, I made a good point about Musgrove. He may be good on his second game off a layoff, may get some value there after that previous start here. Phillies, Padres, under total of 7. This one to have a start time here, 9:40 Eastern time over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Collins, let's take over at TonySpicks.com right now. We're showing profit here in the NHL. Of course, we have that final, we don't want to call it the final. Stanley Cup Finals, Game 5, may be the closer, may not be. But anyway, that's on up there. We still have a full slate here. No day baseball today, so we have 15 games on the Major League Baseball board. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, so I took a lot of shots at this board. I actually have 7 picks out and a pick pass available. It's going to be the $5 Friday pass. So there's a lot of value out there. Those games don't start for another 3 or 4 hours. So you can go ahead and buy that pass. And I'm giving you the opportunity to pick and choose your big winners on that one. I'm showing you 7 to 8 picks there. So go ahead and pick out which ones you like and which ones you want to put your big bet on. But I don't have anything in the NHL tonight. I looked through it. I studied it for about an hour last night. And it's an interesting game. I'm going to say that. It's very interesting. I hope it doesn't end tonight because I think the Lightning are a really good hockey team, but the Avalanche are just rolling. And after that overtime victory they had the other night, it's kind of hard not to lay that 170 number with them. But I stayed off the game, stayed off the total. I'm just going to watch it as a fan tonight.
All right, guys, got to go with Collins Brown over at Tony's Picks. A 7-pack right now for Major League Baseball on this big 15-game card starting at 6:40 Eastern time. So get on board with that. Affordable pricing, just $35. Or, of course, you can go long-term with Collins. He has a 3, 7, or $30 sports pass. You can get all of his premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go to his handicapper page and make that purchase, you can get on board there. Also has a good price on his baseball season pass, just $3.49. There's a lot of baseball left to go. This takes you already October 4th, right? So there's a lot of baseball still to go. Another, 3+ months worth of regular season baseball. You can get on board with that for $3.49. We can save you some money on that. Matter of fact, we can take almost $70 off that when you use the promo code TonyT at checkout. That's good on any of the premium passes. So if you buy a Collins 7-pack, you can use that on that. Use it as much as you like. You get 20% off all premium pick packages when you use the promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access Collins' page by clicking the link in the description, look at the All Cappers tab, and then getting signed up. All right, Collins, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening, great weekend. We'll talk with you again next week, and we'll also keep an eye on your video series. You produce some video shorts up there for Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I was pretty upset. I checked at YouTube this morning when I woke up, and I only saw 2 videos. And I was like, well, dang, I know it took me about an hour to go through some of this stuff and put some videos up. And there was 3 sitting in the Google Drive that didn't get put up. They were kind of just sitting there buffering. So I guess I got to leave my Google Drives app open or something. So sorry about that. There was supposed to be 5, and there was only 2. But just happy to be putting them out, man. I really enjoy doing it, and as I've mentioned before, it kind of gets the wheels turning on the MLB slate.
No doubt about that. Yeah, keep that Google app open. We'll take a look at that. All right, Collins, continue that great work. We'll talk with you again next week.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You got a Collins Brown here on Game Day Picks. Hey, we're with the Game Day Picks Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe. Of course, you want to set the notifications with our show because you want to be live with us so you can bet into the best numbers. Let's continue on here with our Game Day Pick Show. Let's go ahead and welcome in Ramon Scott. You'll find him over at TonySpace.com doing great work. Check out his video series, WNBA. He's been on fire, getting tremendous views there. CFL and NHL videos as well. Let's get him on board here. Ramon, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, just ready for a good weekend, baseball and other sports. Should be a nice weekend to play.
Yeah, nice weekend of play. I see you've got some Bellator up there. We'll have some UFC weekends, so lots going on here. No slow months. It's never a slow summer here, guys, because with legalization, there's a lot of action out there. There's a lot of demand for this game, sports betting information, especially from the public out there, as we're starting to see views, over 1,000 views here on WNBA, which tells me that there is a big demand here for this content. We appreciate all those that have viewed our channel and continue to give us record views here for the summer, which is a fantastic feeling here. Of course, we got great cappers here that are producing the content, including Ramon. All right, when we move here to Major League Baseball here tonight, we got a series beginning here in Interleague as the Rays host the Pirates. We've got the Rays big favorites here over 215, total of 7.
Yeah, and what it really means, Tony, is the audience we have is the hardcore, the real gamblers out there. So that's what I appreciate. Y'all are real. So let's take a look at this one, the Pirates and the Rays. We got Mitch Keller on the mound going up against Jeffrey Springs in this one. Tony, first game of the weekend set interleague play in Tampa. Keller looking a lot better of late, 2.08 ERA in his last 3 starts, and the Springs certainly has been strong. He's been a big improvement off of last year. One thing that has been a big thing for him is keeping the ball in the ballpark. He's got his ERA now down to 2 and a whip under 1. 90% strand rate. Springs has been one of those Tampa Bay guys that they just keep kind of producing, finding ways. They don't know when they get started if they're openers or guys until they get rolling. But Springs has solidified himself in the rotation now. Also a 259 BABIP. So in his starts this year, the average is 6.8 runs. The Rays are 5-11 to the under off of a loss, Tony. They're hitting 209 versus right-handers at home. Meanwhile, the Bucks, they're hitting just 195 against left-handers this season. So I'm not sure about this Pirates lineup producing against Springs. There's definitely going to be some challenges for him. I think Reynolds, Castillo, Chavis, Vogelbach all could be in for it. And, of course, Brian Hayes, you talked about some of the excitement yesterday. He provided some of the biggest excitement. Unfortunately, he was left in a heap at home after scoring the winning run against the Cubs, tempered the celebration of the Pirates because of his injury. He injured his shoulder on the final play of the game. I don't know if he's definitely going to be questionable for tonight, as he could not immediately come to his feet, even though it was a shoulder injury in a collision, I believe with Contreras. But, a lot of people talking about dirty. It was hard. He went in head first at home. No, not a dirty play, just a tough play. And Hayes needs to stay away from injuries because, he is, signed that big contract. He's definitely the best offensive player on their team. Might be the best defensive player on the team. You talk about those great third basemen, and Hayes is right there among them. So that does hurt the defense, too, a little bit, but certainly Hayes is bad. You don't want to be without that. We know Tampa Bay, one of the best in the bullpen, Tony, 2.65 ERA over their last 10 games. The Rays are also missing a few of their regular bats, so not overwhelming bats, but Kevin Kiermaier, Manny Margot still out in this one. And for all you folks wondering about the bottom of the Rays lineup, I'll challenge you to name who they are going to be today. But even if you did know who they were, Raley, Walls, Arenda, Pinto, these are not household names. These aren't even newspaper names. These are guys in the lineup that are trying to establish themselves in the major leagues right now. I mean, Walls has done a little bit, but those bottom guys, not too impressive with the Rays. I'm looking to go under, Tony, under the 7 in the opening game of the series between the Pirates and the Rays on Friday night.
All right, we got Ramon here with under 7 now. The question on Hayes, they're calling it a sore shoulder. They're evaluating him today, and we'll see how he looks. I'm sure it's going to be it's kind of a game-time decision. They've not ruled him out yet, but again, they've said it is a sore shoulder, so that's where it sits at right now. Yeah, I'm with you there. I thought this was going to be a difficult series for the Pirates here to get to score runs.
I don't know. I'm not sure about these bats going in there. Like I said, I do think that my man Jake Sawinski, he can still probably do something, and maybe Cruz. But I don't really like the guys today in their matchup against Springs, and without Hayes in there, certainly have to question it. Look, I mean, you'd think they would be able to, with some of those guys, be able to produce something, but just hitting 195 versus left-handers, that's a season average that they have right there. So that has not been good for the Bucks. So and off a pretty emotional win, and it was. You want it's one of those things where we're so used to seeing these celebrations where the guy scores and runs around the field, gets tossed, and the Pirates were ready to do that, and they immediately had to stop because Cabrian was laying there at home plate, not exhausted. He definitely was hurt. He smashed I believe, his left shoulder right into to the left thigh of Wilson Contreras, who landed on him. So it was a rough play that could keep Cabrian Hayes certainly out of the lineup.
Yeah, of course. Looking at this Pirates team, a massive step up in class after facing the Cubs. Now you're facing the Rays, who have good pitchers. They better scouting. They know they hit their spots. It's not like the Cubs situation where it's just this mess. Nowhere near that level of class here. So it's a massive step in class here for the Pirates. Pirates Rays under total of 7. This one will have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at TonySpicks.com here. We're showing great results here in the NHL. We do have game of 5 here in the Stanley Cup Finals here for tonight, as well as a full board, 15 games here from Major League Baseball, some WNBA, CFL. We've seen the video series. We'll see if Ramon has any is in action there. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
I'll be in action in Major League Baseball. Tony, I'm on my best run of the season. Finally getting it together. Got a 23-9 current run in the Major Leagues, 4 straight winning days in the Major Leagues. Get involved with my package. Subscribers have the plays. The individual packages will be up. Probably break it up. Might have 3 packages because I went pretty heavy. Again, looking good in Major League Baseball. So I'm firing tonight for sure. Also, guaranteed plays tonight. Tony, in the WNBA, in the NHL, in the CFL. I'll have one solo guaranteed play in each of those 3 sports. Of course, check out the video series, which previews all of those games, including Game 5 of the Game 6 of the Stanley Cup. Game 5, of course. I don't want to extend the series. I won't do that just yet, but Game 5 of the series between Tampa Bay and Colorado, and of course in the WNBA, New York Liberty and Atlanta Dream going at it. And also, Tony, I do have a Bellator card up tonight. I got 3 plays in Bellator, and I will have a UFC card for Saturday as well. So, good weekend. Like I said, appreciate everyone who's following us right now. These are the real players right now that are watching the show and betting in the middle of summer. We appreciate you.
That's right. We got them here on our channel, on our shows as well. Guys, get on board with most guys. Seeing some really good numbers there. He'll have some individual plays up there for you from Major League Baseball, NHL. Of course, he does have his Bellator 3-pack up there for you right now. Bellator 282 Premium Pass. We document that. That's on our site, guys. So get on board. He's been 8-3 in his last premium picks and releases in the MMA. So he's doing some great work there. Of course, you can look for season passes from Ramon Scott from the CFL, as well as WNB. We've seen his series. Now you can pick up his premium passes in a season pass. Very affordable price in here. WNB is just $169. CFL $189 is up there. Of course, his long-term passes, 3, 7, and 30L Sports Pass will cover the major sports. Get on board with that. You'll get all of Ramon's premium plays from the major sports for that period of time you select when you go to his handicapper page and you make that purchase. But whatever you get, we can save you some money here. We can take 20% off all premium pick packages. When you use a promo code TONYT at checkout, you can access Ramon's page by clicking the link in the description, clicking the All Cappers tab, and then getting signed up. All right, Ramon, I know we've talked about your video series, NHL, CFL, as well as WNBA, of course, but Tony Spicks has also put together a Twitter account for you.
Yeah, get my top play. I'll say it again, in Major League Soccer is on my Twitter account today. So head on over to Twitter and follow Tony's Picks Ramon. You get a pick from me there just about every day. No frills, no commentary, no political stuff. We know it's a big day today. Everybody's up in arms, or I don't know what's going on out there. Everybody's mad, but you don't get any of that stuff with this Twitter account. You get plays usually one every day from me. And all the other handicappers as well have Twitter accounts that they're posting plays every day. It's great for me because I get to see them all too, and get to ride the coattails of my partners here at Tony's Picks. So follow along on Twitter, get a play every day from me on Twitter. My MLS play today up there in the Orlando and Cincinnati game.
That's right, guys. Check it out there. Yeah, we created Twitter accounts so people, if cappers want to put up their political views and stuff, they can do that on their own personal accounts. But
you can find me.
You can
just
find
Google Ramon.
Yeah.
Just Google me. I'm up there.
You're up there. But, for our sakes, for our purpose and our business purposes, Tony's Picks Ramon there will be focused solely on the sports betting content there. All right. I think it's a good way. I got to give my GM credit for coming up with that. I like that. Really good idea there. All right, Ramon, keep up the great work. Check out Ramon's video series up there with CFL, WNBA. We're talking about hitting 1,000 views. He's already getting close to 1,500 views now on these videos.
That makes me feel great. I love it. I took some clunkers on the videos the other night, but I think long term, you see some of the comments that just stick with Ramon. He's we've definitely turned my free. Tony, I know you don't like saying that, but my videos have done better than my premiums in the WNBA right now. But they're all gonna win.
The goal is to win on both, right? The goal is to win on both. We're getting one in. It's all right. The goal is to win both. Win the video picks, the free picks, and win the premiums. That's always the goal. So hopefully we'll get those premiums up there. But anyway, give Ramon a great follow up there. Like and subscribe and check out his video series. Doing great work there. WNBA, you guys like it, man. We'll be pushing almost 1,500 views a video. Just got to tell you guys, got to keep checking them out and subscribe. All right, Ramon, keep up that great work. Have a great weekend. We'll talk with you on Monday.
Appreciate you and appreciate all the viewers.
You got it. Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications for you if you would do that. We appreciate that because you want to be live with us so you can bet into the best numbers. Now, of course, we're not here Saturday and Sunday. We don't do a live show. I know a lot of people are out and doing things on the weekend. So am I. So that's also and the cappers. But the cappers we've got to the point where we've now got them uploading videos. So you can check out the video sites, our video channel up there. I think Ben has stuff here today. Collins has stuff up there. We got Ramon with stuff up there. I know we've got who else we have? We have Dylan also contributes. Minnie will contribute. She's getting married, so she's got some time off from the show. But there's a lot of stuff going on here, guys. So be sure to check us out at TonySpicks.com and check out our video channels because we'll have video content for you heavy here now over on the channel now as we're approaching football. Man, we're about a little bit 6 weeks away from preseason football. Is it August 4th when the Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Las Vegas Raiders? It's getting close. Remember, June's only 30-day month, right? So we're not too far away from it, guys. So let's continue on here with the show. Let's go ahead and let's get to my pickup here. Let's get the game information up. We're going to be looking at this Braves and Dodger game, right? Braves and LA Dodgers. Dodgers $1.36 here. The total sits here at plus 116. The total sits here at 9. The Braves are the dogs at plus 116. And that is going to be my pick here. The Braves here at plus 116 against the LA Dodgers. The Dodgers, they look pretty good, right? But of course against the Reds, they've just dominated the Reds. And as I wrote here, it was a massive step down in class for the Dodgers facing Reds pitching after facing the Guardians and having some struggles there in their homestand. Of course, Urias is on the mound. Good ERA, but there's a couple of things that kind of concern me about Urias. He's given up 1.54 home runs per 9 innings. He has a FIP of 4.35, indicating a rise in ERA if these numbers hold. And of course, Ian Anderson on the mound here. He's had his issues as well, But again, with Urias, it's the homers allowed, the FIP, and also the Dodgers bullpen in this spot is also the concern against this lineup here of Atlanta Braves. The Dodgers in that homestand did not really impress me. Of course, they struggled losing in that series against the Guardians. We knew the Dodgers would dominate the Reds. I mean, my free picks, I think I had the Dodgers run line every game, right? It was just one of those situations where I thought this was a massive step down in class, facing inferior pitching, poorer team here than they've seen, and they dominate the Reds. But the Braves are a different animal here. And the Braves, they come off winning 3 of 4 at home to San Francisco. I said this is a massive step up in class for the Dodgers after facing the Reds. So we'll be here on the dog here with the Atlanta Braves here at plus 116. Hey guys, check out Tony's Picks I have a 3-pack with my best bets up there on the site right now, so get on board with that. I'm the #1 units producer over at Tony'sPicks.com. Can I put that up there? Nope, I don't think I have the right code up there. I got to go and do some work on some of these other inner pages that we put together. But anyway, I do have the top unit producer in Major League Baseball right now on the site. As far as units go, produced for this season. So get on board. I have a 3-pack from Major League Baseball. Also have a guaranteed pick up there as well. So 4 premium plays up there. So for those of you that are long-term subscribers, you'll see 4 picks there in the account. But if you buy the plays individually, I have a 3-pack, and then I have a guaranteed standalone as well. So 4 premium plays from Major League Baseball today. And no matter what you get, also, I just want a reminder, you could also go long-term with me, 3, 7, or 30 sports pass, get all of my baseball for that period of time. You select when you go to my handicapper page and make that purchase. And also, I want to make note of our promo code. You can save some money. You can save 20% off all premium pick packages. When you use the promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link in the description, clicking the All Cappers tab, and then, of course, getting signed up. All right, let's continue here on the show. And before we get to the recap, let me go ahead and address some of our comments that we've got. I want to say saludos to our man, Yarly Pena. He's a regular subscriber from, I believe he's from Venezuela. He is from Venezuela, so I want to say saludos back to my man there. Also, we got a comment here, and it's an interesting one here from our man Deshaun Jackson. He wants to know whether I like this Mets Marlins under the 7 total. Now, I create free picks on the channel for every Major League Baseball game. So you can go over to Tony's Picks YouTube channel. I have picks on all 15 games, all free picks. And then I generate my best bets. I take some time to study the card even more, generate my best bet, and those are my premium plays. But the Mets Marlins is not on my premium card, and it probably would not be because the number has moved. I like the Mets Marlins under 7.5, but now that I see the line move of under 7, it is just a non-play for me. That's really what it is. It's just when I had 7 in the hook, you know, I like Taijuan Walker. I like how he's looked, and then of course you've got of course you got Alcantara. Remember, the Mets dominated the Braves, the Marlins, I should say, in their recent series. What they won, 3 or 4? But the one they lost was to Alcantara when he was on the hill. And, of course, he did not face Taijuan Walker. Taijuan Walker pitched in another game, and he looked good. So I'm with you there. I think but if you can find that hook, that 7.5, maybe take some time. The number got away from you. Don't need to rush. You still got about another 4 hours before this game, maybe 3.5 hours before this game starts. Look for that 7.5. Look for that 7.5, and then I would say go under. The total there. You got to really do your shopping. Use some really good discipline here. There's 15 games on the board. There'll be another 15 games tomorrow. So you want to make sure you get the best possible number. So I would shop that number. You see, go up to 7.5. You can find it. Have multiple outs. Go on that route. Deshaun Jackson, we thank you very much for that comment from you. Appreciate all the comments from everybody. All right, we got my pick in. Now let's get to the recap right now. We'll recap the plays from today's show. We started off with Collins. Collins liked the Phillies and Padres under 7. Ramon liked the Pirates Rays under 7. And I was on the Braves plus 116 here against the LA Dodgers. All right, that'll do it here for this edition here of Game Day Picks. Be sure to tune in again on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Tony'sPicks.com. They'll give out live free picks for that day's action. Remember to like and subscribe, set notifications, be live with us, so you can bet in the best numbers when you make those picks. And of course, we'll welcome your comments as always here on the show. And of course, good time I could address some of your comments at this time of the show, so make sure you get those in. We really appreciate that. All right, that'll do it for our show. We're going to bring in our crew from today's show. Wave goodbye. You guys have yourself a winning day and night. We'll talk with you again Monday live at 3 Eastern time with Game Day Picks. Collins likes